Please give a warm welcome to Danny Cruz, everybody. Come on.
Thank you, everybody. Thank you. Now is when the show gets diverse. All right, I'm glad you guys laughed, man, because I need it. I had a rough year. I just got dumped. Oh, so you're on her side. Okay. But I got dumped, and she moved away, and I got stuck with all the memories, because everything around the city reminds me of her. Like she's a vegan. So every time I walk past a vegan restaurant, it reminds me of her. Because they're both empty on the inside. Now, I'll be honest with you, that's not my best joke, but right now, that's my favorite joke. So I don't know if this is related or not, but I don't know how to ride a bike. That laughter hurts. It really does. But I don't know how to ride a bike, and I don't like telling people that, because I don't know how they're going to react. Like one time I told my friend that, and he's like, "You don't know how to ride a bike? That's crazy. I've seen a bear ride a bike." And what made me even angrier was he pulled out his phone and showed me a bear on a bike. He showed me a bear on a bike, a monkey on a bike, a bear and a monkey on a tandem bike. And I was like, all right, look, if a fucking bear and a distant cousin can do this, I can figure it out. And I couldn't. I just couldn't figure it out. So after hours of trying, I just threw the bike down. I was like, fuck this noise. I got the train. I don't need this shit. So I started walking away. And my friend's like, whoa, man, you can't quit. What are you going to do when you have kids? How are you going to teach your kids how to ride a bike? And it's simple. If my kids want to learn how to ride a bike, I'll just do what my dad did. And leave. Because then those kids have bigger problems. But a real shit day, man, so I'm digging those laughs. Like, this is a problem we can all relate to. Have you ever had a drug dealer cancel on you suddenly? Is that only like a brown guy problem? I don't know, but I had a drug dealer cancel on me today. He just sent me a message right before I went on. He's like, hey, I'm not going to be able to make it out tonight. Sorry. I deserve an award for being the world's worst drug dealer. And I was like, they have an award for being the world's worst drug dealer. It's called jail. And he's just like a weed guy. I don't want you to think that I'm doing hard drugs, because I don't do hard drugs. Well, I don't do hard drugs often. I should say that. I mean, I do shrooms every once in a while, but I don't even consider that drugs. I just consider that going to church. But one time I saw someone do heroin, which was crazy, But even crazier than seeing someone do heroin was after he shut up, he got into his car, then drove away. And I was like, oh my God, he's gonna get into an accident. And it's gonna feel amazing. He's gonna stumble out of his car and be like, oh, did I just hit a bus or did I kiss an angel? So here's something I'm really proud of. This is like one of my biggest achievements. But over the course of a year, I lost 80 pounds. Thank you. Thank you very much. And I was thinking about this like the other day. I was just like, my life has changed a lot. But if you lose 80 pounds of anything, your life is always going to change a lot. You know what I mean? Like if I came up here, I was like, guys, I lost 80 pounds of drugs. They're going to kill my dad. It's a life that changes a lot. And it can also like apply to like a big group of people, Like if I came up here, I was like, guys, I lost 80 pounds of rats in this room. All of our lives would change, But a lot of people ask me, like, why'd you lose weight? Which is a stupid question. It's not like being fat is awesome. But, like, the real reason why I lost so much weight is because, like, when I was fat, I would have terrible sex. And the last time I had fat sex, it was the worst sex I ever had. And this is how I know it was the worst sex ever. Because she didn't come, and I didn't come. And do you know how bad sex has to be for the guy not to come? Like, making a dude come is one of the easiest things in the world, man. I mean, making a dude come job is so easy that even a kid can do it. And they don't even have to be alive. I like how I got more of you with the dead thing. Like, more of you are just like, oh, that's funny. I dig that. All right. Well, I gotta get out of here soon, so I think I'm gonna end my set with a little bragging. I feel like that's the way to go out. But yesterday, I spent 4 hours online reading about UFOs. And I actually learned something. I learned that people who believe in UFOs don't know how to design websites. And the only reason I like to read about UFOs or like space things in general is because, like, when I was a kid, my dream was to be an astronaut. That was my dream, you know? And I kind of wish I followed through on that. Because I could have been the first Puerto Rican in space. I could have been the first Puerto Rican on the moon. And if I was the first Puerto Rican on the moon, that shit would have been covered in flags. There would have been so many Puerto Rican flags on the moon, you would have thought it sold Lucy's. When I got off the ship, like, you know, Neil Armstrong was like, that's one small step for man. I would just got off the ship and gone, Brooklyn, blah, 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 blah. I'm glad I'm Puerto Rican here and not anywhere else, you know, because this city actually respects my heritage. Like, every year the city throws a huge celebration for my people. It's called the Puerto Rican Day Parade. And the Puerto Rican Day Parade is the one day of the year when I tell everyone, yes, I am from Pakistan. All right, you guys have been awesome. Danny Cruz, thanks a lot.
Danny Cruz!